Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
So, Yud Aleph Hey.
Yudalid. Hey.
Hey, yeah. Yud Aleph Hey.
Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Can I do this? Can't. What are you talking about?
Where are you?
Yud Aleph. Hey.
Hmm.
Face.
The assessment of the judges.
The appraisal of the judges, right?
Yes, that's it. Yes.
I don't know what I did. I have no idea. The appraisal of the judges who undervalue the property by a sixth or value it by a sixth, their sale is invalid. But Shimon ben Gamliel says their sale is valid. Otherwise, wood value has the power of the court, but if they drew up deed of inspection, even if they sold property worth 100 zuz for 200 or property worth 200 for 100, their sale is valid. A minor who exercised the right of refusal, a relative of the second degree, and an alonus are not entitled to a ketubah or usfur or sustenance or worn out articles. But if from the outset he married her knowing that she was an alonus, she is entitled to a ketubah. A widow married to a Kohen, got old divorcee, or a woman who had performed Kalitza married to an ordinary Kohen, Mamzeris or Nisonite married to a regular Jew, and the daughter of a regular Jew married to a Nisonite or Mamzer are entitled to a ketubah. Um, if one married marries a woman and she stipulates with him that he supports her daughter for 5 years, he is obligated to support her for 5 years. If she marries another man and she stipulates with him that he support her daughter for 5 years, he is still obligated to support her for 5 years. The first one shall not say, "When she comes to me, I will support her." Rather, he must take her sustenance to the place where her mother is. Likewise, both of them shall not say, "We will support our mother together." Rather, we must support her, and the other one must give her the value of a sustenance. Okay.
Okay. Story continues in Mishnah base, where this daughter now gets married. Nises. So the daughter gets married. Habal nosein la mazonos. Of course, her husband has to give her mazonos. What about her two stepfathers? Ahain nosnin la demei mazonos. They still have to keep giving her cash because that's what they signed up for. See, you got to read the terms of your contract, or you got to make sure that you have your lawyer read over it to make sure that you're not getting yourself into crazy liabilities. What happens if these two stepfathers die and now they've got an estate which b'nosein nizonos min nechasim b'nei chorin, their daughters, their own daughters, um, get their sustenance from whatever is not metal whatever's metaltalin in their estate. But the he this other daughter, their stepdaughter, he nizones mir nechasim meshubadim. She has got dibs on the landed properties to pay off the money that they owe her. Mipnei shehi kabal askov. She's just another creditor. And creditors have to be paid out of the estate and the Yisomim don't get the money until the estate has paid them off. הפיקחים היו כוסבים על מנת שיזון אס ביתך 5 שנים כל זמן שאת עימי. So if you consulted with your lawyer beforehand, he would have told you to say, I'll support your daughter as long as you're with me. In other words, as long as you, my wife, are married to me, which means that this clause would be invalidated by the death of the husband, the wife, or even the daughter, because he's got to support her. If she's not around to support,
That was the point, right?
that's it. So that would have been a smart thing to put in the contract. That would have obviated Mishnah Aleph and base. Anyway, Almana she'amra efshi lazuz mi base bali. So, um, woman's husband dies, and she says, "Look, I've been living here all the time. I don't want to move from here." And there may be other children from other marriages who have a complicated relationship with her. Eina yoshin yicholin lomar la lechi lebeis avich. They can't tell her, please leave this house. We'll send you your food and whatever we owe you to your father's house or to wherever it is that you're going to stay. Va'anu zanin nosach. We'll look after you. Ela zanin osaba veis bala. Right? They have to feed her where she was because she's been living there all the time. Nosnin la mador lefi choda. They have to keep providing her with a room that is appropriate to her kavod. Okay, Amra. Now, what happens if it's the reverse situation, where as soon as she's widowed, she goes back to her father's house. Amra, ef shila zuz mi base abba. I don't want to leave my father's house. Yecholim hayorshim lomar la. Okay, so you want to go to your father's house? Im at etzlenu yesh lach mezonos. Right? If you want to stay by us, then we'll give you your mazonos. But if you want to stay by your father, im einat etzli ein lach mazonos. We're not going to give you any sustenance. Your father's feeding you. They're entitled to say that. Imhai Satoenes, however, she can take them to Basin and say, look, there's a reason why I don't want to stay in the house with my husband's other children. Because we're all young, and it would be very unseemly for me to stay in the house with my husband's children who like similar in age to me. Zanin osa v'hi b'veis aviha. Then they are forced to support her in her father's house or wherever it is that she's living. Daled calls man shehi b'veis aviha. Gova kesubos le'olam. While she's in her father's house, she can always collect her kesuba at any point that she wants to. She can say, "Listen, I've been sitting around here. It's been a bit awkward, but yeah, I'd like the money from my kesuba, please." Kolzman shehi beveis bala, but if she's living in her husband's house, gova kesubasa ad 25 shanim. She's got a 25-year window to collect the money due to her from her kesuba. Okay, sheyesh be-25 shanim shetase tova keneged kesubasa, because in those 25 years she might be doing a whole bunch of chesed al cheshbon her late husband's estate. And the Yorshim could say, listen, you've been living here for 25 years and giving tzedakah to everyone who comes to the door and baking bread for whoever wants and whatever. It's very nice, but that's, you're being a tzaddik on our cheshbon. So says Rabbi Meir. Okay? She'amar mishum Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel. And he said it in the name of Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel. Chachamim disagree with Rabbi Meir. They say, Kolz man shehi beveis bala gova kesubos le'olam. No. You got it the wrong way around. While she's living in her husband's house, that's when she can collect the ksuba for as long as for the rest of her life. Okay? But it's when she's in her father's house. If she moved out of the of her husband's house, then after then if she, then that's when we presume that she has been mevater on the ksuba after 25 years. Mesa, what happens if she dies? Your sheha mazkirin ksubasa ad 25 shanim. Then her yorshim can come and claim the ksuba after up till 25 years later.
A long time, 25 years.
Hmm?
It's a long time, 25 years.
Yeah, it is a long time for a claim, but that's what they say.
Okay. Okay, we have Chet Zion. If his brother left money, land should be bought with it, and he enjoys the usfruk thereof. If he left produce detached from the ground, land should be bought with it, and he enjoys the usfruk thereof. If he left produce that is attached to the ground, said Remeah, they appraise them and determine how much they are worth with produce and how much they are worth without produce. With the difference land should be bought, and he enjoys the usfruk thereof. The sages, however, say produce attached to the ground is his, attached to the ground, whoever comes first gains possession of them. If he comes first, he gains possession. If she comes first, land should be bought with it, and he enjoys the usfruk thereof. And if he married her, she is considered his wife in all respects, except that the kesuba is a lien on her first husband's property. He shall not say to her, your kesuba is lying on the table, rather all the property is surety for the kesuba. Likewise, a man shall not say to his wife, your kesuba is lying on the table. Rather, all his property is surety for the kesuba. If he divorced her, she is entitled only to a ketubah. If he remarried her, she is like all other women. She is entitled only to a ketubah. If one writes to his wife, I have neither right nor claim to your property, he may nevertheless enjoy the usfruk during her lifetime. If she dies, he inherits her. If so, why did he write to her, I have neither right nor claim to your property, that if she sold or gave it away, it is valid? If he wrote to her, I have neither right nor claim to your property or its usfruk, he does not enjoy the usfruk during her lifetime, but if he dies, he inherits her. Huda says he may always enjoy the usfruk of the produce unless he writes to her, I have neither right nor claim to your property or its produce or the usfruk of his property forever. If he wrote to her, I have neither right nor claim to your property or its produce or the usbrook of its produce during your lifetime and after your death, he does not enjoy the usbrook during her lifetime. If she dies, he does not inherit her. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel says if she dies, he
Oh,
inherits her.
okay. Sorry, beg your pardon. Yeah, carry on.
If she dies, he inherits her because he stipulated on what is written in the Torah, and whoever stipulates on what is written in the Torah, his stipulation is void.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yevamos Tesvav Aleph.
A woman who went with her husband overseas, and then there was amity between them and her, and between him and her, and peace in the world. And she came and said, "My husband died." She may marry, for if she said, "My husband died," she would be taken in Yubim. If there was amity between him and her, but war in the world, or if there was a conflict between him and her and peace in the world, and she came and said, "My husband died," she is not believed. Rabbi Yehuda says she is never believed unless she comes weeping with her clothes torn. And they said to him, in either case, she may marry. Basil said, "We have not heard this tradition except in the case where she came from the harvest and from the same country as an incident which occurred." Beit Shammai said to them, "It is the same whether she came from harvesting grain or picking olives or picking grapes or from one country to another." The sages mentioned the harvest only in recounting the actual incident. Beit Hillel recanted and began to rule like Beit Shammai. Beit Shammai says she may marry and she may receive a ketubah, but Beit Hillel says she may marry but she does not receive a ketubah. Shammai said to them, "But you permitted the grave erba offense, but you will not permit the grave less grave money offense." Basila replied, "We find that the brothers do not inherit the estate on her testimony." Beit Shammai replied that we can learn from this that a ketubah document in which he writes to her, "If you marry another, you shall receive what is written to you." Basila recanted and began to rule like Beit Shammai. Okay.
Okay.
Beit
Hmm.
Dalet Hay. We may not break a shard nor cut a piece of paper to broil salted fish on it, nor may we rake out an oven or a double stove, but we may level it. Nor may we position two barrels but near each other in order to set a pot upon them, nor may we support a pot with a piece of wood, and the same applies to a door. We may not drive an animal with a stick on Yom Tov. Reb Eliezer ben Shimon permits it. Rabbi Eliezer says a person may take a slipper from that which is before him in order to clean his teeth, and one may gather hay or splinters from the courtyard and kindle a fire, because everything which is in the courtyard is considered prepared. But the comments say we may gather from that which is before him and kindle. We may not produce fire neither from wood, nor from stones, nor from earth, nor from water, nor may we heat tiles in order to roast upon them. And Reb Eliezer said he had another thing. A person may stand next to foodstuffs that are muksa on Friday, during the sabbatical year, and say, "From here I will eat tomorrow." But the comments say only if he marks it off and says, "From here to here I will eat."
All right. Masters. Gimel Hay.
What courtyard room is liable to Maestros? Rabbi Yishmael says a Tyrian yard where goods are under guard. Rabbi Kiva says any which one person opens and the other closes is exempt. Then the Chumya says anywhere a person is not shy to eat renders liable. Rabbi Yossi says anywhere if one enters and no one says to him, "What do you seek?" is exempt. Rabbi Yehuda says that there are two courtyards, one within the other. The inner one is liable and the outer one is exempt. Roofs are exempt even when they belong to a courtyard, which is liable. A doorway, portico, or balcony count as a courtyard. If it is liable, they are liable, and if it is exempt, they are exempt. Cone-shaped huts, watch huts, and summer huts are exempt. A Genesaret hut, but even if there are ham, mill, and poultry in it, is exempt. A potter's hut, the inner hut is liable, but the outer one is exempt. Rabbi Yossi says, what does not serve as a summer dwelling and as a winter dwelling is exempt? A festival tabernacle on the festival, Rabbi Yehuda declares it liable, but the sages declare it exempt.
Yeah.
Olios. Okay, we have Yud Zion Bet. If a person was plowing and he struck a rock or a fence and he shook out the plow until that point is the base of pras. Rabbi Eliezer says one base of pras can make another base of pras. Rabbi Yeshua says sometimes it does and sometimes it does not. How so? If one plows half a furrow and then plows the other half of the sides, this makes another base of pras. However, if he plows the furrow's length and then plows from that point on, the base of pras does not make another base of pras. If a person plows over a pit containing corpses through a pile of bones, through a field in which a grave was lost, through a field in which a grave was subsequently found, and through a field which is not his property, or a Gentile plows, it does not make a Beis Hapras, because the ruling of Beis Hapras does not apply to Guthians. If a base of pros field is above a tower field and rain washed down soil from the base of pros to the tower field, even if the field was red and now turned white, or white and now turned red, the base of pros soil will not make the tower field into a base of pros.
Okay,
With a,
that's it.
okay, one more. What is Zora? Or we have Hey Yud. A Nesic wine fell into a cistern of ordinary wine. All of it is prohibited for benefit. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel says it should all be sold to a Gentile except for the value of the Nesic wine that is in it. A stone wine press, which is an idolater, coated with pitch, one dries it and it is cleaned. With a wooden press, where Rabbi says it should dry it, but the sages say it must peel off the pitch, but an earthen press, even though he peeled off the pitch, it is forbidden. If one acquires food utensils from a Gentile in its customary way to immerse, he should immerse it. Mhm. But to immerse it to boil, but he should boil to purge in fire, he should purge it in fire. The spit in the grill one purges in fire, the knife one polishes and is purified. Okay.
Okay, Hadron Alach, Maseches Avodah Zarah. Okay, and
We-
tomorrow, Abos.
okay, I have bubbles all ready for you. Okay, so what